Welcome, everybody. Wonderful to have you here today. I'm going to begin by just explaining the reason we are here today. We're going to be talking about the 100 Club Sensational, which is the higher end version of the My Most Trusted network. And really what it's about is it's about you and your network. We still completely underestimate the value of those that we know and trust in business. And it's quite astonishing, actually, just how many of us kind of, I don't want to say the word neglect, but just really underestimate just the power of our network. Every time I do a presentation, I always ask a question. I'd love you guys to put this in the chat as well, is what percentage of your business comes from referrals and introductions? And it's always an average of between 60 and 70%, sometimes as high as 100 and sometimes as low as 20, but it's almost never zero. Referrals are the way that we do business, and at least 50% of your business is going to come from referrals. So the whole reason we're going to talk about this club today is how do we tap into these networks that we are already sitting on? And that's the most important thing. We are sitting on these powerful networks, but we're not utilizing them. Now, I would like you all watch my screen here because this is an email I got from a guy that I actually know. He's a good gent. And I have to say, it freaks me out because I actually know a couple of people like him. Now, I want to just read this to you. This is a LinkedIn message I got. And this for me encapsulates the problem right now that we're facing. Hi, Scott. I perfected cloning myself using AI to 10x my views and engagement on LinkedIn. And it's not just LinkedIn, guys. This happens across all social media. I'm just using this as an example. Basically, he's linked his LinkedIn to ChatGPT, which has understood his personality type. He then targets up to 50 LinkedIn profiles with specific keywords and trending topics. And every time anyone posts or makes any kind of activity on LinkedIn, his digital clone makes a comment. He's even managed to get his clone to automatically ask questions about the post and include hashtags and emojis where appropriate. And here's the kicker. It's so realistic that I can't actually tell the difference between manually written comment and an automated one. And this is what we are. We are the counter revolution. What I'm talking to you about today is the counter revolution to this. Now, I'm not against AI. I'm not against bots and automation. But what I am against is this constant, I guess you could say, revolution that is turning people into clones online. And more of social media is just becoming bot automated. It's just becoming your bot talking to my bot. Guys, you don't even know if the person that you're speaking to is real or not on LinkedIn. This is how powerful it is. Now, I know a couple of other guys, aside from this gent, who does the same thing. One of them makes $2 million a month just automating LinkedIn for bots and clones and this kind of thing. This is where it is. And this is the problem with social media, and it's been known as the dead internet. So this is something that we want to become the counter to. So a little bit of background to My Most Trusted. Now, because of these bots and this automation and all these issues, more and more people are becoming aware of it. And it's only going to get much worse over the next 6 months to 12 months to 2 or 3 years. It's just becoming an automated spam fest. And the fact of the matter is, influential professionals and decision makers won't meet with you. They just don't care about you unless somebody introduces you. So your trusted connections and the people you know need to become the most valuable asset that your company has and that you have personally. Because if you do it correctly, you'll get in front of people that you could never ordinarily meet. Because of this reason, people don't respond to cold outreach anymore because they don't even believe it's real because of this automation. And top decision makers are not stupid. They know about this bot situation. They know about what's called the dead internet, and they're starting to quietly move away from it. They want to engage with real people and real humans when necessary. So what we're going to help you guys to do is surround yourself with trusted advocates and help you form a referral business network around you with caring people who genuinely want you to succeed. Now, most of you have already started that process. You already have those people around you, but you haven't necessarily put it into a central location yet. And that's the goal of My Most Trusted. And the goal of today is we're going to take you to the higher end. The 100 Club Sensational is the business club that helps you put all of this together in a done-for-you service. It's the highest end of the My Most Trusted network. This is where you can have your own concierge to actually assist you do that. And we're going to set you up with meetings and connections with other club members and beyond to really help you get in the door and build this referral network and really get amazing meetings with people you could never ordinarily meet. A quick example of how this works. I just want to use Mary. She's absolutely lovely. I'm sorry if I didn't use you as an example, because there are literally hundreds of people like Mary at the moment. But as you can see, I just wanted to quickly show you that Mary's got 186 connections. She has taken her trusted people that she knows and trusts and put it into a central location that is now visible to other people she knows and trusts. Now, you can imagine if you've got 100 people that you know and trust, and they each have 100 people, you do not have to look for business anywhere else. You've got it right there. There it is. So we're going to turn you into somebody like Mary, but we're also going to take you to the next level, because it's not just about putting your network into a central place. It's about helping you do this and helping you actually use the right wording and actually help you get in front of those people and offer you a kind of concierge service that assists you in the form of a business club. So this is really exciting, because at the end of the day, there's not going to be any spam. So a little bit of background. All right, let's just go back a little bit, all right, to where we first started. We effectively, for the last couple of years, have created, the best way to describe it is a mini private version of LinkedIn. It's just like, imagine LinkedIn without spam and without people that you didn't know and fake bots and fake profiles. Approximately 1/3 to 50% of all internet traffic is fake, right? So you can just imagine just how many how much fakeness there is in the world at the moment of social media. So we decided to create a mini private version of LinkedIn that's kind of decentralized. And that's the best way to describe it. The only way to meet somebody is via an introduction. No cold outreach, none of that kind of stuff anymore. It's just about that genuine, authentic human connection. And it's about building that trust, especially that know, like, and trust, but building that credibility with the right people to get you in the door. When you're in the door, it's up to you. This is not an outbound sales system I'm showing you. This is about you getting in front of the right people so that you could finally have that chance to prove your mettle. And I'm going to show you in detail how this works just now. So we connect your trusted business, a trusted business network, to others just like you. And that's the key, because others just like you have got their trusted business networks. And a referral is the best kind of business you can possibly get. And our tool then matches you with trusted connections and facilitates those introductions. We connect global networking groups to each other. And this is often a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of our users don't know this. We've got over 30 different individual networking groups and business clubs around the world that are joined to this. And we have, some of them have now got thousands of members, which are now plugging into this tool. And that becomes a huge advantage. And as long as you're not a hard seller or spammer, you can tap into these amazing people and you can really get incredible meetings without the kind of automated bot spammy kind of approach that we all absolutely hate. There are now, we've just about hit 30,000 people, and every one of them is real. We don't have any bots. There's no fake profiles and there's no spam. It's all genuine. Now, this 30,000 is also growing quite nicely now with all these new members and partners coming on board. But the point is once we understand who your target audience is, we can work with you one-on-one within this business club. And once again, this is the higher end business club. There are several levels of My Most Trusted. There's a free version, there's a premium version, and then the highest level of My Most Trusted is what we call 100 Club Sensational, which is what I'm here to do, show you today. For those of you that want help with it and want a more kind of, I don't want to call it a done for you service because we work with you, but you have a concierge and we help you through this process every step of the way. All right, guys, so welcome to the crown jewel of the My Most Trusted Network. It's called the 100 Club Sensational. Okay, here are 4 problems that we are looking to solve with this business club. And it is a business club. It's a global business club. If you have a product or a service, it doesn't matter. If you're only local to your own country, that's also fine. Just because it's a global network doesn't mean you're not going to get benefit. You will get benefit from wherever you are. We've got members that, for example, only work in the USA or only work in Australia. For example, some people only work with Australia and New Zealand, as an example. All right, so I'm going to take a wild guess right now, okay, and look at these 4 different problems. And I'm going to return to these 4 different problems later, and I'm going to show you how we're going to tackle them one by one within the business club. I'm going to take a wild guess and say you don't like offering freebies as a marketing tool. This free consultation or this free product or service, etc. In other words, wasting time, right? You feel like you need to offer something free. but generally you don't really like it. You feel you should be paid for your time. Otherwise, you're just giving everything away for free, for free, for free, for free. And it's incredibly frustrating for you. So I'm going to show you how to get rid of this concept of offering freebies as a marketing tool. And often I actually ask this in these kind of groups. I say to people in the chat, and you're welcome to put a comment in the chat now, is do you believe that offerings for something for free works? Or are you one of those people that doesn't offer it for free and you found that works better? Generally speaking, people will say, I've learned to not offer something for free, and that tends to work better. But of course, you have to have your marketing process around that. But I just wanted to make this clear to you guys because it's a frustration for so many people. Then you get these meetings after meetings after meetings after meetings, and I have this as well. They just don't generate revenue. So how do we get over this? How can we have meetings that can generate revenue or alternatively lead to a referral that will generate revenue? And I'm going to get into more detail in this just now. This is a huge one. You're terrified to spend money on a business service before knowing for sure that it works. I've been in the kind of digital marketing space for over 20 years now. That's true. Don't be fooled by my youthful good looks. It's true. That's definitely not what's kept me young, that's for sure. It's connecting with the beautiful people that's kept me young. But the point that I'm trying to make is I hear this over and over and over and over again. People come to us, I've spent money on the service and it was a disaster, especially in the last 6 to 12 months where AI has kicked in and everything is so bot-driven and automated that you don't know your A from your A. I won't say that out loud. I'm not with Australians, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't know what's going on. And this is what's worrying. You just do not want to spend money on a service before knowing that it works. And finally, all you want to do is get in front of top decision makers. That's all you want. If only I could just get in front of a decision maker and get a chance. And this is connect to the first one, part one, offering a freebie. You think by offering a freebie, that's going to get you in front of a decision maker. That's not right. You get in front of a decision maker because somebody that trusts you and knows you in your business network refers you and introduces you. Now, this is the power of what we're going to do with Club Sensational. And I want to make it very clear right now that we're not a business networking group. All right. I just want to make that clear. I'll talk to you about what we are in a minute, but we are not a business networking group. We don't do networking events. This is not about networking. This is about handpicked one-on-one introductions using the entire My Most Trusted ecosystem as the basis. All right, let's get going, guys. Are you familiar with tapas? Yes or no? Tapas meals are these little bite-sized, delicious meals that you go out and buy. They're especially popular in Europe, especially Spain. I've sampled them many times, but you can get them obviously all over the world. These little delicious bite-sized kind of meals that you have. Well, I want you to imagine that each tapas dish, right, is a bite-sized portion of a product or service, and that the chef gets paid for every dish ordered. Now, this is not literal. This is not a business club for chefs, okay, and restaurants and eating. It's just a metaphor. Okay. So I'm going to use the metaphor of the tapas meal because you have your own tapas meal. You are that chef. So what if you're a chef and you have your own unique product or service? And it could be anything. We've got guys that sell beautiful, amazing olive oil, right? And then we have astrologers, right? And then we have high-end investors who just really understand how to manage money. Completely different kind of people involved in things from CRM to marketing services. There's all these different products or services, but the way you do it is different, right? Your little tapas meal, you're a chef and you've created something different and unique, but you want to get that across. So wouldn't it be wonderful if people could just sample your product or service, but you get paid for it? And this is where it starts to get really exciting. This is what the 100 Club is about. So you're essentially going to add your little bite-sized tapas, right, to the menu, and Club Sensational pays you for each member who orders it. Now, we'll probably have quite a few questions about this into the detail later, and I'm going to get into a little bit more detail. But suffice to say, this is your chance to take your product or service, whether it's global or local, whatever it happens to be, and just let them sample you. Let the right decision sample you, and you can get paid for it within the club itself. And this is key. This gets away from that freebies mentality that we talked about. Because what we don't want to do is have people doing, oh, come to my workshop for an hour, it's free. But in the back of your mind, you're kind of like, oh, this is not really going to be a workshop. This is going to be a sales pitch, isn't it? Even if it isn't, it's still this perception. But if you're getting paid for it, right, then you're going to feel a lot more comfortable about presenting. And this is the power of the club, and this is the uniqueness. So once again, this is not a business networking group at all. We work with this business networking groups, and we support business networking groups 100%. And if you are part of a business networking group, please put them in touch with me. I want to work with them and support your networking group. Why? Because from a heart perspective, from a heart and soul perspective, we have to have human beings connecting with each other. Because this automation AI stuff that's going around the world, as amazing as it is in certain circumstances, has the negative side of cloning humans and trying to take over and be humans when it can't be. And this is the number one issue. So this is the chef. Now we all come together as a business club. Again, guys, this is a metaphor, not literally. People in the business club can share and taste these products and services while meeting each other and doing business. So we're not going to go to a restaurant and do this, guys. It's all virtual. People are based around the world, but people who are interested in a half-day workshop that you put together, or they're interested in a 2-hour consultation, or that they want to sample you, we will pay for that out of the club fees, out of your member fees. And I'll talk about the specifics in a second. But you see how this works. So you're getting the introduction service, but you're also getting to sample other people's products and services. And it's going to help you get in the door with decision makers who can try you out. And if you're good, they're going to go with you. But that's generally what a business owner wants. I just want to meet the right people and have that chance to do it. So, sensational, right? Let me introduce you to your team, Cherie and Gemma and Rowan. These are I guess you could say, the front-end team. We also have a back-end team, which are developers in the background who have built My Most Trusted and built the technology. We built a whole system to run Club Sensational, which we're going to be rolling out over the next few weeks. But this is your concierge. So what do you actually get? Like, you join Club Sensational, which is 100 Club Sensational, because the goal is to have 100 people and really cap it at 100 people. That's ultimately where we want to be. This is not a business club that's going to get thousands of members. We don't want that. We want to stay intimate, and we want the right people with the right beliefs. Okay, so this is your Club Sensational team, which is Cherie and Gemma and Rowan. And then, of course, we have the developers in the background as well. We will help you and sit with you, develop your own private trusted network. Okay, there's technology behind here. We'll sit with you and we'll guide you through the process. But if you haven't got your private trusted network set up and in a centralized place yet, then that's got to be the first port of call. We have to get that sorted out, guys. It's critical. Then your concierge is also going to book meetings with other club members for you. And your concierge is also going to start actually looking at the whole My Most Trusted network as well. They're going to guide you, and they're going to match you with top quality connections across the entire 30,000 My Most Trusted network. And that's growing all the time. So remember, this is a business club, right? So you've got an intimate business club, and we will book those meetings for you. But then we're going to sit with you, and we're going to show you and work with you. And together, we're going to tap into the 30,000 strong My Most Trusted network and find your target audience, identify your audience, and help you get a referral and an introduction to them. And as My Most Trusted grows, that means the number of people that you can get in front of is going to grow as well. You're not going to spam them, right? There's no bots. We're not going to create a fake profile. We're not going to clone you. It's you and your authentic personality. That's what's going to shine through. Okay. You're going to get introductions into the networks of other members as well, because remember, what happens is that the networks of the other members of the 100 Club are doing the same thing you are. They're putting their trusted networks together, and we're facilitating that. So as we do that, now suddenly the 100 Club Sensational grows into this really, really beautiful organization of trusted connections. And then you have the whole My Most Trusted network over and above that. So it's a very, very powerful way of getting in front of the right quality people. The other thing we also help you do, there's actually a bunch of stuff, but I don't want to go through everything now, is we can also help you set up and promote your own event. I don't want to go into too much detail, but suffice to say, when you're part of a family, when you're part of a community, right? And we are assisting you on your LinkedIn, and we're working with you to help you build those trusted connections using My Most Trusted. We can also help you promote an event and get bums on seats for you. And that event is very specific. And like we said before, if members join and it's a specific member event, that is actually something that you can charge for, and we will pay for it. Okay. Now, I know you're trying to understand the mechanics, and I'm going to get into the mechanics in detail. But before I do this, I really want you to understand the heart and soul of why we do this. And I'm going to go back to those 4 problems very quickly. Okay. Remember we said you're sick and tired of meeting after meeting after meeting that doesn't go anywhere? What if you had a meeting that yielded business, or at least a direct referral to get business? This is what we're creating. So it's a pathway. And with My Most Trusted, you can start to see that pathway of the ultimate person or potential client or customer that you want to reach, but you can see a path to get there by way of introductions. The number of stories where people have told me it took me 6 or 7 meetings and I got a referral, and eventually got that meeting happens all the time. And I bet you, if you put in the chat right now, tell me about a deal that you've got in, a great deal that you've got that's come from a referral, and sometimes a referral of a referral. This is the power of business, especially now that social media and the automation problem is making the results on social media fall very quickly, especially with regards to LinkedIn. Okay, so we're going to help you have meetings that go somewhere. And now I think I've already dealt with this, but finally, if you do an event or specific club event, or it could be a consultation, you're going to get paid for it. And I'm going to show you how the money system works, because you deserve to be paid for delivering something special. I do not want anyone in the club having doing a workshop or offering services to other club members specifically without being paid for it. You might do it at a discount. Okay, we understand that. You might offer something, but we've got to get away from this freebie mentality. That's frustrating so many people. Remember we talked about being terrified to spend money on a service before trying it? Wouldn't it be great if you're 100% comfortable and really excited to work with someone that you know and trust, and you have already sampled their cuisine, their tapas? We mentioned it earlier. You've already tried them. You've worked with them. And this is what we're trying to create. We want to create that. So you get to spend money on a service outside of the club. You've tried their service. Now you can deal with them one-on-one directly. And you can take their product or service if you wish. But just think of the comfort level that you have working with someone that you know and trust, and that you've actually sampled it and you know that it's going to work. And then, of course, this issue that top decision makers are not giving you a chance. You just want to get in front of the right people. And they're not going to give you a chance, guys, unless you're introduced to them. This is what the world is changing to. This human connection is more important than anything. This is why introductions and referrals are so important. So the best way to get in front of a decision maker is to be personally introduced to them. And that's what your concierge is going to work with you. Your concierge is going to get you meetings, 2 meetings, right, per month with other club members, minimum, and sitting with you and actually working with you to get additional meetings by tapping into the whole My Most Trusted network without spamming or advertising, but just through the power of your own credibility. Okay, speaking of credibility, before we even begin, every new club member that comes on board, I sit with you one-on-one and I do something really cool and really special. I come up with something called the captivating one-liner, and then run, as you saw as part of our team earlier, we do a beautiful graphic design for you. Why? Because we've got to build your credibility. Just imagine that you're introduced to someone. That's good for your credibility, right? Somebody introduces you. But if somebody introduces you and you've got a beautifully designed, very specifically curated piece of work with a beautiful, captivating one-liner, this helps build that credibility within the individual that you're about to meet. It also helps guide the meeting to be more about you. This is not a training session, so I'm not going to go into detail. But every person we meet with, every person I sit with you personally that comes on board, 200 Club Sensational, gets one of these. And they're beautiful. I mean, they're really beautifully done with these lovely one-liners. So, for example, the global relocation specialist pet peeve, Puddles the poodle needs a passport too. This is about, moving your pets overseas. Very specific IT one. IT managers, you can't carry on like this. Beautiful images. You've got to restructure your databases out of the Stone Age. Very specific to the target audience you need to target. So we will help you get in front of those people, and we can help you with building your trusted network to get to those people. But we're not going to sell your product or service for you. We can't do that. We're not salespeople. We're not an outbound sales team, and we never will be. Our goal is just to help you get in front of the right people to give you a fighting chance to get your business to the next level. Beautiful imagery. The way that we do it is, and everybody is unique. And I think that's what I want to get across. Every member is positioned differently with a unique specialty offer. So whatever product or service you have, wherever you are in the world, we will position you in a very specific way within the club. So when we make those introductions for you, that's where the magic starts to happen. So your investment, how does this work? How does this money system work? Because I know you're all interested in this. All right. So it's a $200 membership fee and a $200 fee towards your credit. So it's a $400 a month investment. Now, if you're clever and you're astute, you would have noticed that, hang on a second, I can make this money back if I do a good job within the club because the club's going to pay me, right? And the answer is yes, absolutely. Some people don't want that. Some people don't want to put their products or services in the club. They just want the referrals, the introductions, and they want their credit to spend on other people's products or services. So you get different people in the club, but some people are going to be very active in the club more so than others. All right, so let me break this down for you. Okay, so your $200 membership fee, right, is your subscription to the 100 Club Sensational, and it includes My Most Trusted Premium. My Most Trusted Premium is the middle tier of My Most Trusted, which is where you get use of the AI to help match you and gets your target audience. And we use this to help you match you with other people all over the world. All right, to get you in the door to those people. So your club membership includes MMT Premium. You then also get your very own concierge who's going to help you build your trusted network and make sure that you're trusted. And remember, even if you left the club later, it's an asset to your business. This is not an advert that you spend money on, hope it works. If it doesn't, it's gone. We're building an asset for you. And your trusted network is an asset. We can help you build that trusted network. Okay. We also are going to book meetings and one-on-ones, okay, for you. And again, we'll book one-on-ones for you with other club members, but we will sit with you and we're going to really help you work and behind the scenes work on getting you in the door with one-on-ones to people within the whole My Most Trusted network that fits your specific target audience. Okay, so this is what your concierge is doing. This is included in your basic club membership. I do the captivating one-liner workshop with you and design your club card, which I showed you earlier, those beautifully designed paddles, the poodle and the IT one, really powerful images that look amazing. By the way, when we send them on LinkedIn, they look unbelievable. Like when we send a direct message on LinkedIn, for example, it turns into this beautiful credibility piece. It's a bit like having your own PR, like almost like a journalist write an article for you, and you could use that article to build credibility wherever you go. That's the best way of describing what your club card is. And then, of course, we also help you with outreach services to the whole My Most Trusted referral network. Okay, so this is included in your $200. Now, the other $200, this is spent as credit within the club. You choose how you spend your $200, all right, a month. $50 is a credit, okay? And you can sample any bite-sized Tapas products or services as you wish. So often what happens is we sit with somebody who's really, really good, right? And say, this is like, I'm just going to take the idea of, I know it's a fairly generic idea, a bit generic example, but I'm going to use the example of a business coach, right? There's so many business coaches out there and you want to try them, but you feel like you're going to kind of get roped in a little bit and you're not sure, who do I trust? I know lots of them. But if there's a club member, right, who is a business coach, and you have a meeting with them and you like this person and they say to you, let me sit with you, I'm going to do a 2-hour workshop with you one-on-one, or come to my workshop. It's going to cost you $50 for the workshop, or it's going to cost you, $200 for a one-on-one session. I'm really going to try my best to work with you. I'm going to put everything in it, not to try and give you a sales pitch. I'm going to work with you. Okay, then you don't pay for that. We pay that business coach for their time to be spent with you out of your credit. So that means you can have the kind of breath of fresh air, knowing that the person you're working for is going to get paid. They're going to do the best possible job they can. They're not going to hard sell you. There's always upsell. If you want to work with that person and work with them down the line in your own way, that's absolutely fine. And we encourage that. But the point is, it's not just a half-hearted attempt to try and get you into their products or service. They're really going to do a great job. And you can decide, do I want to work with this business coach going forward? If not, it's fine. I've still got great value from the $50 or $200 that I've spent. Does that make sense, guys? You see how it's coming. So whether it's a product or a service or a workshop or whatever it is that you want to provide or pay for, you have $200 in the club that you can spend on these other services. And we, because of the quality, and I'm not going to write this down in a slide because I feel a bit awkward saying it, but I have to say it. It really has to be said. Guys, when you're paying $400 a month, right, to be part of a business club, the quality of people in that business club is going to be high caliber. You know, you've got people with more established businesses, or you've got people that are serious about their business. It's not, you know, this kind of meeting after meeting with, you know, just people that haven't quite got their businesses together. They're not quite there yet. It's just, and once again, I feel a bit awkward saying this, but the fact's a fact, guys. The people in this club are going to be amazing. Well, I say are going to be. We already have over 30 of them, so apologies to you guys. We've already got a whole bunch of club members working on this all year. So you guys are amazing. Like, we really have high quality people in this club already. So as more and more people join, and as you join, you're going to be part of an existing club and meet new people that are just that slightly higher echelon. And of course, that comes with their networks, because they have high echelon networks, because we're going to help them build their network. And we're going to help everybody do that. So we come together as kind of one big happy family, but always the highest quality delivery. So that's how the investment works. That's how the $400 work. That's how it's spent. It's unusual. It's different. Once again, I want to reiterate this. We're not a networking group. We're not going to meet once a month and get together and network. We are going to carefully, through your concierge, position you with key people we want you to meet. Okay, that's the process, and that's the difference. Using your beautifully designed club card as a credibility piece, because credibility is everything, and we help you build that credibility with those individual people. Right, everybody. So we're going to go into questions and answers in a second. But what I'd like to know is, who's hungry for success? Anybody who wants to book a one-on-one with me, here's my diary. Just go to scottsdiary.com. Very easy. scottsdiary.com. I need to meet every single person before they join. This is not just here's a page, guys. Sign up now. You're in. I need to meet with you one-on-one. We need to have a chat, half-an-hour chat, get to know each other, make sure you're a good fit. And once we know that you're a good fit, then we can go into the 90-minute captivating one-liner workshop. We look at your how we're going to position you within the club, the beautiful design, all of that sort of thing. That comes next. So book a meeting with me, guys. I'd really love to meet you if this is something that you're serious about. I'm very serious about building your business. Everybody in the club is very serious about your building your business. And let's start enjoying some beautifully delicious, amazing, high quality tapas meals, aka products and services from club members. Thanks, everybody. Let's move into Q&A.